Hey, how you going? I just want to jump on here and share a conversation that I had last week with a firefighter friend. And we were discussing common issues and dynamics that can happen in amongst a first responder relationship or marriage. And he was telling me about sometimes he'll come home from work and he's having a conversation with his wife. And being a detail orientated woman, she is, going into detail about the different aspects of what she's talking to him about, and maybe a little bit of backstory, maybe a little bit of tangent. And he's telling me that he's finding himself standing there wanting to listen, wanting to be involved, but at the same time, maybe in his head, maybe, in reality, he's like, get to the fucking point. Like, what's with all the detail? I don't need that. What's with the backstory? I don't need that. And as he's detailing this to me, I laughed because not because I thought that it was funny, but because he could be my husband. My husband has done the exact same thing to me. Get to the point. And I think as a first responder spouse, it's a really common issue that, I think a lot of us come across is that level of miscommunication. So when you're a spouse and, of a first responder, like obviously there are very specific dynamics that come into play that don't fall into the range of other, people's relationships. And so when that person comes home and might be 12, 24 hour, 48 hour shift, God knows how long they've been away, and maybe you're excited to talk to them about something, or, something's troubling you. And you want to talk to that person, the person that you love. You want to feel validated and supported, or you might want their opinion or advice, or, something just validating from the person who loves you. Alternatively, as the first responder, whether you're a firefighter, police officer, EMT paramedic, whether you work in corrections or a dispatcher, your mind thinks very differently. That's it. That's how you think. You attend a job, you rock up to a scene, you want to know, what am I dealing with? What's the pertinent and relevant information? How can I solve this? How can I fix it? How can I get a solution, the most effective and efficient manner that I possibly can? And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that at all. But when you're interacting with your partner, that's where the problem can lie sometimes. And I know it from personal experience because I have been spoken to like that. And I've also been in, the first responder role when I was a cop of also responding sometimes to people like that, because your mindset is so stuck in a certain way that it's just really all that you know. So there's two quick things that I just wanted to address, because I think it's a really common issue and a common problem in a lot of first responder relationships. Number one is picking the appropriate moment to speak to your partner. So, when they first come in the door after a really long shift, is that the best time to address something really important with them? Look, sometimes it is, and it can't be helped. Sometimes, you're trying to be respectful and accommodating of the fact that they might be tired and stressed after a long shift. But the sweet relief of seeing them walk through the door when you might have had a challenging time, since they've been gone. Look, it happens to the best of us. But, if you can, sometimes finding the right moment to address something is really important, because it's going to help you have a successful conversation with them that isn't going to, lead to hurt feelings and that kind of thing. And the second thing is, when we speak to our partners, speaking with intentionality and knowing what it is that we want from the conversation. So what I mean by that is, they come home, you want to talk to them about something. Cool. They're your partner. Of course you want to talk to them about something. But what are you seeking from that conversation? Do you need a solution? Do you need support? Do you need validation? Do you need advice? Or are you just looking to bitch or vent about something and you want the person that you love to hold that space for you? 100%. All of those options should be on the table, but sometimes we need to communicate that, because a lot of the time they're automatically in the mindset, like I said, what is it that you need? How can I solve this for you? How can I fix this for you? And it's really frustrating when there is that level of miscommunication, because we're not matching each other's like wants and needs from that communicative, dynamic. So alternatively, it can come from you, but sometimes maybe you don't know what you need out of that conversation. Maybe it's on your first responder partner when you begin that conversation to go, I'm just going to stop you there. I just really want to know, so we don't get off on the wrong foot, what is it that you're looking for from me right now? What is it that you need? Do you need my love and support? Do you need comfort? Do you need validation? Are you looking for advice? Are you looking to brainstorm with me to help you come up with a solution? Are you looking for me to help you fix this? Because if you're just wanting to vent and you've got someone like constantly, trying to throw solutions at you, that's where miscommunication comes into play, and hurt feelings and levels of, frustration. And when that pattern continues, that can cause really, serious dramas in a relationship and in a marriage. So, the two takeaways I want you to, I'm hoping that, you'll take away from just me sharing this interaction and this conversation I had with my firefighter friend the other day, is just number one, about picking your moment for both perspectives, picking your moment when it's appropriate to speak to them about something, especially if it's something really important. And number two, speaking with intentionality and knowing what it is that you want out of the conversation. All right, thanks for listening. Cheers.